What's up, everybody? It's me, Johnny G, and welcome back to our second part in the Here a People Sows event in Arknights. We're going to continue where we left off, but obviously we had a series of good pulls. We had a doctor here to help us the last time, which was pretty cool. We're going to do some good pulls and things like that to kick things off. Obviously, we have our free pull, but I'm going to get some stuff. We'll continue pulling on the banner to see if we can pick up any more 6 stars. We still need to get Zwella, and it'd be nice to get some of the other Sui siblings as well, if possible. I did double check some of my information, and I saw that the higher rate on the banner for 6 stars and for the limiteds features Chongyue, Ling, and Dusk. And Nian is actually in the banner, but she's down in the 2% range for 6 stars. So it's possible to get other 6 stars on the banner, just a lot harder to get her. Now, we're going to kick things off here with, you're going to end up seeing 2 sets of daily like login polls, initial kind of things, because I'm starting off this recording. I need a break for the day for recording. I'm pretty tired. I had a long day at work and stuff, but I still wanted to get in and obviously get my daily stuff done. So I'm going to get that taken care of for this day, take a break, and tomorrow, which will be the 3rd day of the event, I will continue actually playing the story. But you guys will, like I said, you're going to see 2 days worth of polls and stuff here to kick things off. With that being said, let's just jump into it. All right.
Ciao, Doctor.
Okay. 100 days of decisiveness. Wonder what that medal is for. Let's pick 2 of these. Confirm. We get 8 hundo today. Let's go. Awesome luck. Day 2 of the login day. It's funny because almost all of my family and my main account this first day, we got Lee. I got Mr. Nothing on this account, which is strange. It's interesting. All right, we got some maintenance compensation here, which is some Arundum and sanity. Additional sanity to kick us over here. All right. And we had the shop reset here. So we're gonna get ourselves a couple of these. And we'll get all this Arundo. Then we're gonna get some permits. Okay. Now, of course, we'll get our freebie to start, but then we have enough to do at least a 10 roll here, and I might get some more. So let's see. Who we got here? We have Ansel to kick things off.
I'll be assisting with surgery and internal medicine.
And let's do a 10. There's a 5 in here. And we get Grain Buds and we get Kirara. That's in her Kirara? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see how to pronounce her name. Kirara. Yeah. That's funny because that's a name my wife likes to use for stuff. And of course, the cat from Inuyasha that goes from tiny to big, which is pretty cool. But all right, let's go ahead and increase Grain Bud's potential. Not her, Roberta. Roberta's getting maxed out here. Max potential for Roberta. All right. All right, do I have enough here? That's gonna put me up that
you
far.
You think I'm an assassin, huh?
Okay, guys, so first things first here. I got a little bit of Originate Prime with the thing that I just purchased, the pack that I just purchased, and I had some already previously. I need to do this. I need to have Pookie's outfit, because it's in now. I'm so happy. I love her. And it's getting equipped instantly. That's my Pookie. All right, now let's go back into headhunting because we have more. We have 2 more 10 pulls, and then of course we have our OP and stuff that we can use. So there's a 5-er, more Grain Buds, and who'd I get? We'll check that in a minute. We crossed 100 pools here. There's another 6. Let's see who we get this time. Third one in.
I'm Vanilla.
Vanilla.
Trainee operator from Blacksteel. Looking forward to it.
Jessica.
Are you
And
Nice to meet you. I'm Jessica.
Doctor,
let's go! We got Sola.
the number of proxies
Let's
aboard
go.
Rhodes Island has almost exceeded that of those in Yen.
Beautiful.
The SUI
All right.
regulator should have sent someone here long ago.
So now we've
In
cleared
fact, it has been some time
the
since we sent
featured
you an
operators
official
on the
notice,
banner.
but it would seem your company may have forgotten
Between
to
the
reply.
featured operators, or rather the new operators, so Shu, Zola, and Grain Buds, we have all 3 of them, which is awesome. Wait, is that who I think it is? Wait a second, no way. Is that Gray the Lightning Bearer, or? That is, holy crap. Oh, that is awesome. I don't have him on my other account. I have the original Gray, but I don't have Gray the Lightning Bearer. And the first time, like, I had seen him before, but they use this version of Gray. He appears in the Dorothy's Vision event. And when I saw the outfit, I'm like, it looked a little different, and it dawned on me because I was like, I remember reading about him having the altar, but I didn't have it. And I don't have it on my main account. That was pretty freaking cool. That is awesome. That's cool. And who's this? This is Cantabile. I might have her on my other one, but I don't think I've ever used her. DP recovery, fast redeploy. Oh, wow. She's only 8 on her cost. Reduce deployment time. What's this do? Attack plus 35% generates 1 DP after each attack. Which kind of reminds me a little bit of a Project Red-like. That's awesome. Oh man, I'm happy. That's some good pulls there. And of course, we do have enough. We can do one more. One more tenner. Let's do it. And it's nothing, but that's all right. You know what? This is all stacking and giving us some more certs and stuff. Now we're at 129. We're almost halfway to the 3 hundo for the focus selection. Let's go ahead and get this stuff here. We're 2 away from getting another 10 right there, which is awesome. But we'll hold off for now. I am gonna get this stuff though while I'm here. Now today we didn't get any blessings, which is okay. It is what it is, but whatever. I am gonna pick up this furniture. I did like the Tianxi Institute. I don't know, if I get enough stuff, maybe we'll get the other set, but I want the Institute. Maybe we'll get the Shenong Temple Fair, but I'll have to save up or farm for furniture parts here later on. All right, so that is it for this initial set of pulls and things like that. Now, like I had said in the intro, I'm gonna take a break here. I'm not recording any of the story tonight, but you guys are basically gonna see a cut now. You're gonna see my pulls and my intro and stuff for tomorrow, and then we will jump into the story again. All right, guys, we are back for the next day, like I promised. Now, before we jump in, I have to say a quick thank you, because without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. Today, we hit 200 subscribers. So, number one, I'm super thankful and very, very appreciative. I'm a little bit emotional about it. I'm a little bit tired right now. I'm recording this pretty late because I spent a little time celebrating and stuff earlier, just because I know that doesn't sound like a large number, but to me, it is, and it means a lot. It means so much because we finally hit that goal. And as I've been promising in my YouTube shorts, now I've got to record 2 videos. The first is an Arknights body pillow cover reveal to reveal my pillowcases, my pillow covers for my Arknights body pillow, and an Arknights Smasher Pass. So please look forward to those coming in the future. But I'm pumped. We hit 200 subscribers, and my first part of the Hero People Sows event with my first pulls is available like on the page on the official event contest page for the video creation event. It is there. It passed their checks or whatever so that it's now available. It's viewable. It is there. It is featured on the page. Like, I cannot get over that. Going to the Arknights event page, their website, and being able to see the thumbnail of my video, which if you click on it, brings you here to see it on YouTube. It's amazing. It's so cool. But enough about that, guys. I just wanted to say a quick thank you for that, and we'll follow up more on that in a future video. For now, let's dive in. Okay, here we go. Get our stuff. Like I said, I'm pretty late on this. See what we get. We get a 6-0, so that's a pull. Easy pull. Collect this. See, I got Mr. Nothing on this account. My boys and I, all three of my boys and my main account, we got Lee. My wife got Dusk. Man, like, come on. Anyways, I want Dusk. Oh, so cool, but can't afford to put into that right now. And we got this banner. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Freebie time.
Excuse me, is this the office of the doctor? I've been looking
we
for
got
the place
Big
quite
Nut
a
first.
while, and it'd be really appreciated if...
We got
Oh, what?
a random, but before we spend that, let's go to the shop. All right, so we got some more Originite Prime. Let's do a little head hunting here. On the banner. Got a 5. That's gonna get us another grain buds. Okay. All right. And we'll do 10 more. Another 5. Let's keep going, see if we can get a 6 here. Another grain buds and another of her. Okay. Cantha bile. That's interesting. Here's a 6. See if we can get one of the other siblings. Wouldn't that be cool? Ooh, there's 2 6s in here.
医療オペレーターのススーロです。
ススーロです。
ドクターは各方面に精通していて、オペレーターたちの My code name is Beagle. I know I didn't do very well on my assessment, but I'll still do my best.
Nice to meet you, Doctor.
Quercus?
Call me
Okay.
Quercus.
Quercus,
It's the
okay.
first time we've met, but the intel on your desk about
That's
Northern
interesting.
Victoria is
I have her on my
straight
other
from
one.
me.
I haven't used her yet, so I'll have to see what she can
My
do.
code name is Beagle.
Beagle.
I know I didn't do very well
That's
on
what,
my
4th one
assessment,
in?
but
Okay.
I'll still do my best.
There we go.
Nyan should
Shoe
have
again,
already
okay.
told you my name.
Take another shoe. I ain't gonna
Sure.
complain.
With my eldest brother, eldest sister, and my
There was
two
at least
younger
one in
sisters
between.
here, I feel as...
Gravel. Okay.
What's
Come
wrong?
on, give me one of the other siblings.
Your
Give me
face is
Dusk or
beet
Chongyue.
red. That's just how I say.
はじめまして。
Weedy!
私はロドスのエンジニア部門
Okay.
所属のウィーディ。
Alright, 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 cool. Cool, cool, cool. We'll take Weedy. I didn't have her, so that's new. That is new. Alright. We'll do another. It's a 5. Grain buds. Kafka. Wait, did I? Yeah, I did have her. Okay. One more. One more? Yeah. We'll do one more. Another 6. Alright.
My code name is Beagle.
Was
I know
what,
I didn't do
6th
very
in?
well on my
5th in?
assessment,
Something like
but
that.
I'll still do my best.
Attention! I am
Doberman.
Doberman, former military instructor for the
For the
Bolivarian
Bolivarian
Armed
Armed Forces.
Now let's cut to the
Reserve,
Catapult?
Octane A6
Oh god,
catapult
it's
reporting
ironic that we get her
Hey,
right after
in. I
Doberman.
can tell you're hella different from that stuffy old
The old bit.
I mean,
I mean,
I'm
Melantha.
I'm Lava,
Lava?
a caster. Here
So I
to
think
join
it's
you
next.
simply because I'm bored and want something to do. But I heard my sworn nemesis.
Okay.
Doctor.
Ah, Zola.
I am Zola.
Okay.
The number of proxies.
Alright. That's cool. That works. Alright. We'll hold on to the rest. Now, actually, let's check the search store, because that was a lot of pulls. Ooh, 145. What's that? We're close to that, but I wouldn't mind I wouldn't mind that. So that's another 10 pull. I know KB, but I'm not like super, oh my god, I need her. So, as much as that would be nice. I would like her, but that's like a collection type thing. We're at 180. We need 120 more pulls. 120 more pulls. Actually, 110 now to be able to get. Cool. 110, and then we can pick somebody else out of the shop. We'll probably hit it. I don't know for sure.
The name's Rope.
The name's Rope.
Nice to meet you. Oh, here's your ID card.
Whoops.
My name is Plume,
Plume.
formerly of the Pontifica Cohors Lateran.
Hey.
I will be your sword and your wings.
Alrighty. Let's do our dates here. So Shu, you get some potential. That's potential 3 for her. Pot 3. Pot 2 for Zola. Weedy, she's new. Push Stroker. Yostar, Hypergriff. We're gonna have to have a conversation. This I mean, there's plenty of things in the game, but that's suggestive. Just saying. Push Stroker. Alright. Anyways, moving on. What is this? Next attack pushes the target toward the attack direction slightly, dealing 110% attack as physical damage, stunning them for 0.8 seconds. So what is she? She's considered a specialist. Small range in front. Interesting. We're gonna have to look up a build for her and see what that's like. Cantabile is a melee. Grain Buds is max potential. Grain Buds. Vanguard. That was the word I was looking for. Ooh. Okay, I didn't know I had that high on Kafka. Okay, that goes to show you how little I pay attention. Aren. It's funny because he pronounces his name Aren, but in the video with Amia the other day, the anniversary video, she called him Areen or something. It's like, wait, well, what'd you just call him? That's a little strange, but all right. Right, so
no reason for retaliation.
I
Point
need
your blades
is
at one
cutting
another,
fluid solution.
And strife will never end.
And let's see, are those in
Ciao, Doctor.
here? They are. So let's get them. And before we continue, going. No, Amia! We're going to Elite 2 Shu. Let's go.
The fertile fields stretch
she is
to
so
the
pretty. Look
horizon.
at that. I love
The
it.
fragrance of rice spreads from the golden ocean.
Love it. I love it. I love it. Healing range expands. Yet this is the one that teleports them back. That's so cool. Awesome. All right. I could bump her up a little bit more, but you know what? We're going to leave her at Elite 2-1. All right, so let's do a stage here. Let's do HS-3. Let's see how this one goes. My dear sister, traveling with the gentleman has taught me that the lands beyond are very different from Dahuang. Humans have invented many new things in just a few decades. There are all kinds of cities in Yan. More than just fields as far as the eye can see. There are glamorous palaces and busy markets, and so many more fascinating things. I'm just coming back for a little break, then I'll go out on a long journey again. I don't know how many years it will be. Dahuang isn't the backwater hovel it once was. There are many people who take care of these fields for you. Are you sure you don't want to go and see it with me? I realized that the world outside isn't so different from Dahuang after all. How long has it been? Decades? Centuries? Perspectives change. The more you see, the more you realize that people are the same everywhere, devious but predictable. Yes, now I fully understand what the gentleman said before he died. Just how long do you plan to stay here, my dear sister? Hey. Why do you still shut yourself away like this? It took us so much effort to get you out of that hill. Shu's not here. Wanna go for a walk with me? There's nothing new here, but the produce is on another level compared to the agricultural plates in the other cities. Say, have you seen how they make booze out of grain yet? Did the Tianchi bureaus come looking for trouble? I'm not afraid of the Tianchi bureaus. With skills like that, you should be dealing with that big guy outside who refuses to move. All the Tianchis are out there for the relief effort. What can I do on my own? It's not like I could do it with my own two hands. I'm so bored. Come on, let me see what you're drawing. Oops. No. Oh, don't be like that. I could give you ideas if you got an art block or whatever. Get out. Why so nervous? Looks like you're hiding something. No, I'm not. Something's just bothering me. The folks at the Tianchi bureaus might be annoying, but they can't actually do anything about you. The Imperial Court has already given us a guarantee. The worst they could do is complain. So you're bothered about him. I can feel his presence. He never hides. Are you sure you don't want to go and see him? We're family, after all. No. Wow, you really are cold. I heard how he always brought you the best paintings of the era whenever he passed by your hill. Don't pretend you didn't like him. Things are different now. When was the last time you saw him? Can't say I remember. His business got so big that he started getting warnings from the Sui regulator. He pulled things back a little afterwards. He's been enjoying himself the last few years sightseeing all over Yan. But the Sui regulator keeps a much tighter eye on him than it does us. How do you know all that? I had a peek in the regulator's notebooks in the course of my dealings with them. The parts that weren't super double classified anyway. His business became so big. I always remember him as that simple-minded boy following Shu around, with no eye for anything other than silkworms and mulberry. The last time I saw him was when he passed by, and I caught a glimpse through the painting. His eyes were clouded, repulsive, like the stinky Weiqi failure, I know. He was in Baizhou, the year our Weiqi failure broke out. Who do you think Yan had its eyes on for the past few years while ignoring you and I? Do you think they're in cahoots? No idea. I thought Ling and Daga were the only ones he got along with. But he wouldn't have been able to call on people like he does now if the Sui regulator made a decision like that, would he? You know how comfortable he is in human skin. Every transaction in the books he submits every year to the Sui regulator is perfectly above board. You couldn't find a flaw if you put them under a microscope. He's always the first to donate whenever a city is hit by catastrophe. The Sui regulator has to give him some respect on that point. That point alone. You really think he did it out of the kindness of his heart? He's our brother. I won't badmouth him behind his back. Yeah, right. Anyway, relationships like ours don't exist amongst humans. Brothers, sisters, You what? Get out of here now and no peeking! Fine, fine. No need to get all violent and excitable. Sibling ties in the world's sense mean nothing to us, after all. Maybe Yanese historians will invent a word to describe our relationship in a few hundred years or so. Maybe. We would have thrown a few more family reunions if we if you could change that stubborn streak of yours. I'm not stubborn. So when are you going to show me the 12 scrolls in your study? Go away! Yes, I know it's 12. You kept one for the Sanjie, our third sister, even after she disappeared. Have you figured out who the people depicted in the scrolls are? Or did you give up on that? Unless you haven't even started on your self-portrait. Why are you so stubborn? Rainstorm. The dark clouds have dispersed, but moisture in the air remains palpable. Zoila watches Heisheng clench his teeth and press the switch on his apparatus. A large vehicle, the likes of which he has never seen, rolls over the fields, trampling row after row of crops underneath. Wind blows past dead yellow leaves, making a sound like scornful laughter. Disaster comes and goes as it pleases. What can mortal men do before the will of heaven? All these crops have to be destroyed. Yes, it was my first ever test field, maize, all soaked in originium polluted water. No other choice. Storing originium polluted soil is extremely difficult. Land is vast, but precious little of it is fit for farming. Even the cob of the corn was sweet. I tried it when I first came to Dahuang. It was the best thing ever. I wanted to grow it in the earth so that everyone could taste the sweetness, feel the joy that I did when I tried it for the first time. Only the bare earth is left once the engine rumbling passes. Don't you, Xiaohei? The farmers are arguing with the Tianxis after the engineers bulldozed a field. You need to come, hurry. You need to come, hurry. Yeah, okay. Two separate words. Come, hurry. I put it in as part of the sentence. Folks, the disaster has left us with little supplies and even less time. We can't afford any delays. The decision has already been made to abandon these farms. Please, let us pass through with our tools. Excuse me. Abandon? You liar! The Tianxis who planted here told me 2 days ago that the crop research was at a crossroads. Who gave you the authority to trample our fields with your trucks? Originium particle concentration in plate D4 soil samples exceed acceptable limits. That means this field is polluted and no longer usable. We've dealt with stuff like this every year. Who do you think you are? An outsider dealing with this field should be abandoned? Deciding that this field should be abandoned. These fields can't be moved. It's been polluted by natural disaster, and the higher-ups have made the decision to not save it. This is already a bad year for the harvest. There's going to be a famine if we don't save the fields. You've never seen thousands die of starvation, have you? All you people care about is your construction projects. You're not helping to save the fields, you're trampling them. Dahuang belongs to us! You speak without wisdom. No wisdom, huh? I'll show you wisdom! You dare strike me? Screw you, son of a... I'll show you, son of a... Hey, everybody, calm down. Wang! These fields... Just look! It's bad enough that the fields were ruined by originium. Now these people are running over it with their trucks. All they talk about is ministers and reports. Minister who? We've never seen them. We've not received any notice of these fields being abandoned. I thought the decision had been made to prioritize saving the soil. You didn't hear? The construction supplies have arrived. The rebuilding of Dahuang resumed last night. The cost of soil repairs has been reassessed based on the latest damage reports. The decision was made to prioritize construction on the core and abandon the outer agricultural plates, make preparations to move the core city. What? Has research on the source of the pollutant been completed? Why the hasty decision? This comes from the Tianxi bureaus, way up. You can ask up the chain yourself if you don't believe it. Heisheng turns around. The farmers stare blankly at the tread marks left on the fields. If the Tianxi bureau's instructions are to abandon the fields, we will comply. But these fields aren't just places of work. They're people's homes as well. If there hasn't been a formal notice of evacuation, please move this equipment elsewhere, at least for now. Fine, but it'll happen in the next few days. Duojie. I understand the hard work you folks put into farming this land, but things have changed. People were stuck on the earth before the nomadic cities. Today, though most agriculture takes place in hydroponic facilities on mobile plates. To be frank, there's nothing special about this land. You said you're studying originium-resistant crops, but there's nothing's come of the research after all these years, has it? Making some progress there. He and Shu were talking about it. I'm just not sure. If this is the only result, then there's no way to expand the application of the Wanqing, the 10,000 Qing of Fertile Fields project. All these years and nothing to show for it. Not even a bud of hope. The thing that confuses me about this whole thing with, like, using originium polluted water and trying to use originium field and soil, like, percentages and things to try and enhance the food and stuff like that. And I guess it's just something that maybe needs a little more explanation for us to understand, but I don't understand how that avoids infection. Like, wouldn't consuming that cause infection? Or is it just like my thought would be that it's a case of it's not enough originium to cause infection, and it's not truly absorbing into the food or whatever, but rather somehow kind of like radiation in a sense, like whatever the energy from the originium is enhancing, and like they have that where they're talking about that baseline and things in that last bit where he was with Shu in that facility. It was like they were talking about when they hit that line, that limit, that percentage, then after that everything went haywire. So it's like if you go up to that percentage, you know, anything underneath that, okay, you're fine, but then the crops die off if you use too much. So it's like maybe at that point you're starting to risk infection and things like that. But I don't know. It's kind of strange how all that works. Again, I guess stuff that we have to figure out in the future. But anyways, they're gone. What did you say to them, Xiaohe? Nothing special. I think we should get to cleaning up, Uncle Wang. Big Buffalo! Buffalo, what are you doing? Just standing there? What are we gonna do? Listen to the Tianxis and move Dahuang away? Leave all these fields behind? We should go ask the Xiangjiang. Say something. She would be the first to know if anything was happening in Dahuang. To Dahuang. If she isn't saying anything, that means it's out of her hands. And mine. Why are you holding your head like that? Maybe Shennong really was a celestial Jian. Otherwise, how could she have carved out farmland in an environment like this? Sure, Shennong was amazing, but it's amazing how people have taken care of the land. Shennong would be so mad if you give up this easily. Whoa! Greenbud steps on something and hastily pulls her leg back. A figure rises from the swaying rice. Oh, that was a good dream. I dreamed of a bumper harvest before a catastrophe woke me up. Why are you sleeping in the fields? Someone might step on you. You already stepped on me. It's because you're sleeping in the fields. Apologies, sir. Are you okay? I'm not injured, but I've got a big muddy footprint on this fine fabric. It's your fault for not watching where you're sleeping. You should watch where you're walking. Green buds. Well, what do you want me to do? Wash it for you? Buy a new set? Ugh, forget it. My clothes are made of the finest stuff from all over the land. You wouldn't know how to wash it. Are you the one who delivered the relief supplies? Hey, you're awfully clever. I'm a trader who managed to make a few coins. I came back when I heard about the disaster that hit Dahuang. Got to do my part for my homeland, after all. You're from Dahuang? Why were you sleeping in the fields then? Don't you have a home here? It's been so long that I could hardly recognize the place. Lost my way. Say, do you know where the Shadow Play Theater is? Shadow Play? What's that? A kind of play that uses shadows cast by cloth-shrouded lamps and straw figures. Do you not watch shadow plays here anymore? I have never seen it. Where do you celebrate the harvest now? The great stage? Just follow this path and turn left at the third tree. It's behind the Shennong Shrine. Oh, the Shennong Shrine is still here. That's good to hear. Thanks. You're the first one to point the way for me. Well, fate has determined that we would meet here. Meet. Here, I have a wish for sale. Anything you like. The man opens his hand to reveal a round stone that gives off a serene glow. What's this? A wish. for anything you desire. A wish? I don't believe you. You're a traitor, not some Xian. How could you make my wish come true? I may be a humble trader, but I'm a big enough deal that I buy and sell anything. The opportunity to trade with me doesn't come to everyone. For real? Greenbuds looks back at Hei Sheng behind her, thinks about it, and turns back to the man. I wish Dahuang could always be safe and peaceful and the harvest's always good. Sure, I can sell you that wish. Will you pay me for it? Greenbuds, this guy is kind of weird. We should go. There's no use trying to scam me. I don't have any valuables. Doesn't have to be valuable in terms of monetary value. I accept anything that you value and treasure. Shohei, can I play that song? Song? What song? Greenbuds pouts. You stupid buffalo! Far away, a few foul beasts perch atop a stock beast, picking bugs off its hides with their long beaks. Off its hide. The stock beast quietly munches on grass, while the foul beasts frolic atop, occasionally stretching their necks and chirping happily. Greenbuds puts her flute to her lips. The wind provides a gentle accompaniment. Green hills, flowing water, moonlight on the river. Sway, sway, little boat, let the flowers bloom. Silent are the stars on high, the wandering seeds sprout. Far on a boat you go, rice flowers in the wind. Sway, sway, far away you go. A fine payment. The stone is yours. Your wish will come true. Greenbuds puts down the flute, glares at Hei Sheng, and runs away fuming. She looked angry. Why? She arranged it for me when I took my entrance exam 3 years ago. I remembered. She just put me on the spot. Ah, such precious sentiment. What about you? Is there anything you would like to buy from me? Me? Thank you, but there's nothing I want in particular right now. Or should I say, what I want can't be bought. I have to earn it on my own. I could hear you out if you'd like. There isn't much I can brag about, but I've been to more places than most, and so I sell more things than most. You said you sell anything. You sell a future where nobody will starve? Yes. What? More valuable the good, the higher the price. What price will you pay for your tremendous dream? Well, I've cleaned up the polluted crops. Hey, Sheng, anything else you need me to... You? I'm not sure why you're staring at me, young man. Have we met before? Excuse me, sir. We need to talk. Sweet regulator business. HS-3 early seeding. Let's go. I think this one is a fairly decent stage.
Please take good care
We
of
only have our
yourself while I'm
one
gone.
block here.
Let me create a diversion.
Ready to heal.
Okay.
Rock and roll!
Don't make this harder than it needs to be. And what purpose do you think your sacrifice will serve?
Target marked.
We're gonna put her here.
And what purpose do you think your sacrifice will serve?
I'll hold off. Hold off for now. This is a slow-moving stage, now I think of it.
War. A word I've not heard.
Rock and roll!
And what purpose do you think your sacrifice will serve?
If you're really incapable of... I'll plant you into the soil to grow anew.
Put her there. Amia here. Probably not gonna help much, but... Ooh, yeah, this one. She's gonna fight that. She will handle this over here. Does she have...
I wasn't
Yeah, she is
supposed to
blocked.
act,
Okay.
but... Activating arch unit.
Watch out for fires!
Alright, Fiala handle some here. Last two. Boom.
Valiant struggle.
Yeah, that was an easy
But
stage.
you won't get away.
Cool. The first, like, 3 or 4, if I remember right, were very, very easy, very simple to deal with, but then after that, they slowly increased till the end, difficulty-wise. Mr. G? Ah, you must be Lord Zwol. Alas, where are my manners? I didn't even prepare a gift for our first meeting. You know me. Eerie wail. Zuela reflexively reaches for his sword, but finds only a Tianchi apparatus for controlling agricultural instruments on his belt. His movement did not escape the man's attention. Corners of the man's mouth rise up slightly. No need to be nervous, Lord Zuel. These are but harmless toys. Weave cause to effect, cut unreal into real. Are these your creations? Just doing my part. Man waves his hand, and the strange creature turns to tiny threads before vanishing. Ways of the Farenmoot proxies are mystifying. Petty parlor tricks, not much use to them. Pestilence and blight tend to follow a flood. Dealing with disaster you can't see or touch is hard. Weave it into an object, and it becomes easier to deal with. My elder sister would chastise me for violating the laws of nature if she saw me do this. You shouldn't be here. This is my childhood home, after all. I got a little homesick. I didn't know your kind had childhoods. We were all ignorant once, no matter how long our lifespans. New things left a deeper impression on us, and we think more about those who are around us at the time. It should be. I think. Right? And we think more about those who are around us at the time. Yeah, okay. Any meeting of you and your siblings is an important matter that should have been reported to the Sui regulator in advance. The Imperial Court's convoy was delayed by catastrophe. I got word from the old Tianchi and immediately sent relief supplies out of my own pocket. I only saw my older sister briefly, and I haven't even caught a glimpse of the younger ones. Isn't the Sui regulator being a little, inhumane? The Sui regulator has instructions to keep a close eye on you. Even though I've never broken a single rule in all these years. It's not up to you. And yet you're not wearing the garb of a candle holder. The man smiles. His demeanor is gentle, polite, relaxed, but Zuela cannot help but feel a chill up his spine. I have heard much about you, Lord Zuel. That we should meet here is certainly the will of heaven, and I would very much like to make your acquaintance. There's no need to flatter me. I've seen many a scion of blue-blood families in Baizhou, plenty of them intelligent and learned, but it would be a challenge to find more than a handful who could get down to business and do honest work like you. In the 11th month of the last year, you entered the den of the Langyi Shanhaizhong by yourself and rescued dozens of innocent prisoners. In the 2nd month of this year, you braved numerous dangers in pursuit of that special goblet. The uninformed believe you to have risen to your position at such a young age because of your father. What do they know of the dangers of a candleholder's duty? Why should one mistake wipe out all the hard work you've done in the past? You're not supposed to know of these things. Ah, a businessman hears many things. After all, the things one hears can be a commodity too, if another is willing to pay a price for them. Then it's my business to know what kind of customer would pay what kind of price for information. For example, I know what's on the other side of the river to the north of Dahuang. I know what Nian is building there. I know you suspect that ulterior motives were involved in the catastrophe that struck Yumen, but all your leads came up empty, am I right? Your meticulousness is impressive, but I would not underestimate the Sui regulator if I were you. We will get to the bottom of any suspicions we have. I would caution you to toe the line. Is this a word of advice from a friend? A word of warning from a candle holder of the Sui regulator? I'm sure you worry too much. The best Tianshis in all of Yan are all gathered in the Chamber of Heaven's design, north of Dahuang. What can one little man do? Should you not be more concerned about the things across the river? What? Do you know how many Tianshis the Chamber of Heaven's designs has lost in the past 3 months? Don't you dare spread lies and rumors! Trust is a merchant's greatest asset. I never lie, Lord Zwo. You can look into it yourself if you don't believe. Then, think about what you want to do and whether it might involve that deal with me. Everything is just as usual. The wind is silent. Stock beasts bury their heads in the grass. The girl looks around. Stupid Mian Mian, how many times have I told him not to run away? Stupid Xiaohei, he doesn't even remember my song. I'm not playing with him anymore. Pouty little girl. Layer after layer of leaves block out the sky. The wind brings with it pleasant scent of rice. The earth is damp, and she leaves footprints in it as she steps upon it, walking forward while brushing aside the leaves that hide the skies. Mian Mian, it's time to go home. Mian Mian, why did you run away? Get back to your pen or I'm gonna get scolded along with you. Gentle breeze brushes by. The large dark eyes of the stock beast reflect the skies, the clouds, and the fields. Grainbud sees her own reflection in those eyes. Stock beast's voice. I'm going away. Huh? I don't want to eat grass anymore. What? Has Xiaohei been putting weird stuff in your fodder again? I'll talk to him and make sure you guys are eating properly. It's scary here. Death is coming. Will you come with us? You mean the flood a few days ago? No need to be scared. The flood is gone. I'll build tougher houses for you so you won't have to be afraid when catastrophe comes. I'll protect you. No. It comes from across the river. Beneath your feet. Beneath what? Greenbud sees her own reflection in his eyes. A gentle breeze brushes by. Large dark eyes of the stock beast reflect the skies, the clouds, and the fields. The girl looks around. The stock beasts bury their heads in the grass. The wind is silent. Everything is just as usual. Here's that guy. What's the deal? So she hears the voices of the animals, which is interesting, but I'm guessing that Mian Mian is referring to the blight coming. Which, obviously, we're dealing with that in the stages, but I'm guessing he's referring to that because, like, in that one scene in the one trailer where Zwola comes up to the field and the blight is just spreading across, which is really cool. So, everything's turning red. That's such a cool scene. But anyways. Uncle Wang, what are you doing? Moving trees. The peace tree? It was in perfectly good shape. Why are you moving it? What about those two Mutianshis? Give me a hand and move that dirt over there. They've gone back to the factories. They'll be transporting materials through here in a bit. Everyone knows that there's no saving this land. Xiaohei, you're a student at the Tianxi Bureau, but you're also from around here. Tell us, what's happened to the land? I don't know. Yeah, I know. Every inch of land is business to the Mandarins. How much money it takes to turn them into moving plates and how much money they stand to make. This is our home. My family has lived here for generations. How could they tell us to abandon our home just like that? This is my home too. I promise I'll get to the bottom of what's happening here. I'll find a way to save the land. What use are your promises? They promised to take these fields along when they started building the nomadic city. Fine, I'll pretend I lost the land to a catastrophe, but I'm taking this tree with me. My grandpa's grandma planted it. The people in the cities think home is something you can take with you. Well, this tree is my home, and I'm taking it with me. I'll help. The old farmer lifts the peace tree onto his shoulder, carrying his home. He leaves deep footprints in the mud. He Shing looks back at the core city as he carries the heavy tree. Lumberjack looks down, a blank expression on his face. After a period of silence, he opens his mouth. Are you looking for something? You can talk? What are you doing here? My stock beast ran away. I came to bring him back. What stock beast? Right here. She points to her side. The water underneath her feet reflects her figure. The clouds, the sky. There's straw all around, but no sign of any animal. She blinks. I could have sworn he was here. Well, me. I'll hope you find your stock beast. So he does talk. Have a seat, Lord Swo. Assistant Minister Ning. What a coincidence. From Shangshu to Yumen, and now to Dahuang. You must be an understanding candle holder to be handed such responsibility. An outstanding candle holder, wow. What are your instructions? Please, no need for such formality. I would not be meeting you here if this was official business. There's a matter that requires your assistance in a less than official manner. This was the background that they used as the clinic in Yumen. That's funny. I'm starting to recognize little things like that a little more often. About the Sui proxies? 12 pagodas in the 5 cities project is of crucial importance to Great Yan. Having 4 proxies here in the same place at a time like this is a headache, to say the least. There may be devastating consequences if someone with ulterior motives decides to cause trouble. Do you mean to say that you already know someone intends to cause trouble? Are you aware that the development of Dahuang has resumed? A trader's supplies. You should not interfere with such matters. All I know is that he had a meeting with Assistant Minister Wan from the Ministry of Engineering. You know him? I'm familiar with him. He's been working on Dahuang's mobile plate development in recent years, but he has also participated in Yumen's repairs a few months ago. What is Ji planning? Ji was known to be close to Shu, and the two of them used to farm Dahuang 1,000 years ago. Ji later left Dahuang to start a business. He returns to Dahuang once every few decades. The last visit was 60 years ago. You recall these details well. Do you suspect that he intends to sabotage Dahuang? Right now, we need to figure out why he came back to Dahuang. This is what I would like you to uncover. The Ministry of Rights and the Sui Regulator have long been at odds over the Sui issue. Yet, now you're asking me to do this. Where do you stand yourself? As a candle holder, my duty is to my orders, of course. You want to be a good sword. That way, it's not the sword's fault, even if it kills the wrong person. I'm not trying to shirk responsibility. Have you ever thought about why the Sui Regulator wants to eliminate the Sui by force? There comes a day when Yumen goes to the capital, ending the existence of both cities in the Farenmut to the sound of cannon fire. You really say we had no choice about all the people who lose their homes and the soldiers who lose their lives. Was there really no other way? What prompts you to ask me to do this? The welfare of the people, not the cloaks and daggers of the court. Honesty and integrity. I'm sure the answer is right there in your heart. Man points at the calm surface of the river, smooth like a mirror, almost like it is frozen in place. The water reflects the clouds in the sky in the girl's face. The stock beast is inside. In the river? You want to find him? Down. Alright. I'll find him down there and bring him back to his pen. Her channel booms with the sound of crashing water and roiling air. The girl steps forward. Come back, you'll die! The old lumberjack suddenly raises his axe high before putting it back down meekly. Let me go, Zushi, I'll bring her back. I know how to handle it, she's not that far gone. Let me go and I can bring her back. Zushi, no, she can still be saved. Zushi! There is only death there. She's beyond all help. You can't save her. Look back. Put up a grave monument. What the hell is going on? Where do you think you're going, you idiot? What is going on with her, huh? The stock beast is down there. The old lumberjack told me so. I'm bringing him back. You're the stock beast, you dumb rice brain. Are you talking about me? Of course I'm talking about you. You think there's a stock beast down there? Are you blind or stupid? Shut up. Splat. A piece of river mud hits grain buds in the face. Oh. Her sight remains surprisingly clear. She still sees everything before her. What's going on? Greenbuds tries to wipe the mud away. There's something hard in the mud that sticks to her face. Why are there 2 pieces of rice? Uncle? Where's the mute uncle? Uncle, all I see is you trying to jump into the water. You crazy idiot. Now throw that away. Greenbuds washes away the mud by the river. The angry girl turns around. There's nobody in the forest beyond the levee. But she stares long and hard into the woods and nods. The footsteps grow distant, disappearing amongst the trees. Violated the statutes by entering Dahuang and meeting proxies without permission. The penalties hereof are temporarily deferred in consideration of his assistance to the disaster relief efforts. It is hereby ordered that depart Dahuang within 3 days under the supervision of the Sioux regulator. Any delays will be subject to strict penalties. The red stamped letter sits prominently at the center of the table. It seems that whoever placed it here knew when the master of the room would return and how she would react. You wouldn't tell it to my face. You say you trust me, but will we ever have a chance to sit down and talk to each other again?
We may have achieved a perfect victory, but we still can't let our guard down.
All right, let's do one more. Tiampe, are you okay? Dossier. Thank you so much. I was transporting rare ore from the north and selling it in the south when I got waylaid. It really saved my hide there. You shouldn't be traveling by side trails. It was because we were in a hurry. Anyway, thank you very much for your help. Please accept this as a token of my appreciation. Not interested. Bye. Sir! I assume you're a martial artist of some renown? That you walk in Jianghu? Do you want to spar? Ah, that's not for a meek merchant like me. But if you're a martial artist, as a matter of fact, I came across a rare tome on Kung Fu in the course of my travels. I think you might be interested. What use do I have for Kung Fu books? Don't make me laugh. How about just a look? Never sell anything my customers don't need. I'll pass. Just one look. It won't take much of your time. I promise you won't regret it. Enough is enough. Your skills have advanced beyond my wildest dreams. I am no longer a match for you. It's you. If I beat you, will that make me the fist under heaven? First under heaven. You're already the first under heaven. First. I'm the first under heaven. His heart feels like it is boiling. His fists still feel warm. He has reached the summit. He has done what he sought to do all his life. Wait, no. Who is this man? He knows it's an illusion. So whatever he did with that stone caused Greenbuds to hallucinate and start seeing and thinking things. It's weird. She was hallucinating talking to the stock beast. She was hallucinating talking to the man. And then she damn near killed herself. That's crazy. That is messed up. So what is with this G, or however you say his name? He feels dazed. What's going on? Who are you? Like I said, a humble merchant. Buy and sell everything. How did he find me? Why me? I know you've trained for 40 years with one opponent in mind. You have the chance to close the gap by a few decades. Are you not interested? I don't need your help. Maybe you don't want anything from me, but you have something I want. I heard you recently came into possession of a certain sword. Name your price. What can I offer you for it? Get lost! Ooh, so this is after... This meeting between them is after when Vernal Winds Will Never Blow. Where Vernal Winds Will Never Blow. Yeah. What the... It appears you're not satisfied with my offer. No, there's no need to be hasty. There's room for negotiation. There's nothing to negotiate. You honored the sword, and you honored your promise. I knew my oath brother could be trusted. 40 years in search of the peak of Kung Fu perfection. Is there no price you would pay to reach that peak? Enough of your tricks! Dad? Ah, yes. Everything is for sale. It's just about putting the right price on it. How about the life of your daughter? Wow, what a dick. Insane. Wait, this is a construction site. You can't enter without permission. Long time no see, Nyan. Did you make all this? Very impressive. Skip the flattery. What do you want? Oh, it's been so long since we last saw each other, and this is how you greet me. Where would you have found the funding for your little toy if I wasn't hard at work north and south, paying taxes on my hard-earned income? You think I don't know where your money comes from? Speculation and inflated prices, not to mention you're not the one who made all that stuff. There's a reason traders like you weren't respected in the old days. What are you doing here? I thought you would go see Shu first. Just curious about this thing they say will let our family live in peace and comfort forever and ever. Heard you ran into a bit of trouble. Need a hand. If I did, it wouldn't be yours. If I did, it wouldn't be yours. What do you know about engineering? I could help a little with Shu's side. What are you planning? I know that this energy core is more than just a construction project. It must be given the concept of life in order for it to become the conceptual Fairmoot that enables our continued existence. That's why you need our big sister's powers. But she already has so much to deal with here. I've learned a trick or two from her. Wouldn't it be more efficient to for me to take over? So you care about her after all. I thought you two had a split. There's the thought. Can I take that as a yes? No. Put it right there. Back where you came from, and I'll pretend I never saw you today. My sisters really don't want to see me. I'm just on guard against your bag of tricks. Don't want to fall into your trap. Wouldn't be the first time you cheated me out of something. I was just helping you sell some of your things. You always got your fair cut. Just stop. I don't have time for your smooth talking. Go far away from my project. The last thing I need is even more complaining from the old man. What if I really wanted to go and see? Hey. Don't get so excited. I look like the kind of man who would steal from my little sister. I'm just here to see my sisters. I'm glad you're still alive and kicking. He's here to stir up trouble. There's something off about him. And we've seen the little glimpse of it in the trailers, and that's why I was curious. He looked like Shu, in a sense, because he has a similar colorations and stuff to her. And it's kind of obvious that he's a little bit older, but now we know for sure he's a brother, so. Saw him once, and that was it. Where did he go? Away! Dusk. Lady! He's drooling. Bite. You! It bit him. Dusk. What's the matter? I'm not quite as spirited as the last time I saw you, eh? You should not abuse your proxy powers like that. Give it a rest. Did you think I would have come looking for the Sui regulator if I didn't really absolutely definitely have to? So we already found you. What are you planning? Why did he suddenly return to Dahuang just as work on the 12 pagodas and 5 cities is beginning? Why are you asking me? Aren't you the candle holder? I'll get to the bottom of it, of course. And where do you intend to start? I suspect there was someone behind the previous disaster. With the construction of the 12 pagodas and 5 cities looming, the offender may be in hiding nearby. And what? Excuse me. And what is a lone candle holder going to do without help? Not the only one the Sui regulator has in Dahuang. Then you can keep following the lead of others, completely oblivious to what's going on, just like you always do. Looks like taking off that uniform has cleared your eyes a bit. Maybe there's hope for you yet. I don't need your advice. I don't like to deal with calculating types. I'm going to say this once and only once. The needle prick is smart, very smart. He's going to leave a trail for you to find, and you people know that. Having been on his case for so many years, brute force is more effective when dealing with someone like that. Force? Here. A picture scroll. What do you think you can do on your own, even if you somehow catch him in the act? This will at least keep his feet tied for a while. It's a major violation of regulations for a candle holder to have private contact with a proxy, never mind borrowing her power. It's your choice. You'd help me. I've said enough. The ball is in your court now. Oh, shit. Interesting. So you came here to play and saw me sleeping by the river? But that doesn't make sense. Why would I still have flowers that I picked in my dream? My leg hurts, too. Leg cramps while dreaming means you're taller. Congrats. Yay. You haven't grown an inch in these past few years. The only thing that's gotten bigger is your voice. And you sneaked out of class, didn't you? Shh, keep it down. I knew it. Are you really a student at the Tianxi bureaus? Why do I always see you outside? If I'm not at school, it means I have something more important to do than sit in school. None of your business. I won't tell anyone you sneaked out of class if you don't tell anyone I came to the riverside. Deal? Where's my fan? Give it back. How did you know? So mean. I already gave you your flute. What do you want? You just cobbled it together from some bamboo lying around, and you only gave it to me after you were done playing it. Put it together, you... Listen to the sound. Look at the texture. Do you know how hard it was to give it away? Give it back if you don't want it. It's that nice? Alright, you can have your fan back, but we're keeping this a secret. That's more like it. Here. It's this stalk of rice. See how pretty the red color is? It's the only one alive here. Is it some kind of new species? Hey, why did you pull it out? My homework. Do you know where else something like this grows? Any kind of crop will do. Any that's pretty like this. Don't tell anyone, just let me know. I'll come and take a little bit. Isn't that cheating? And don't pick it yourself. Don't want you damaging it. Tell me and I'll come. Don't tell anyone else. Fine, fine, just keep my name out of it. If the Tianxis catch you, you worry about that time you gave the test stock beast diarrhea with the wrong feed. You... Okay. Diarrhea brought up in the story. Interesting. I have a dream. Dahuang is big, very big. It takes a whole day to walk from the east end to the west end, and you'll break your leg before you walk a full circle around its farmlands. But Lao Shi says Dahuang isn't big enough to feed everyone. I've never been outside of Dahuang. This is the northern border of Yan. With only rough roads through the mountains and rivers, the food produced here is the only link to the outside world. The weight of the grain on the stalks in summer and autumn is the weight of the land. There is no sight like the sight of farmland during a bumper harvest. Who's there? An old farmer stands in the fields. Her facial features are unclear. There are tiny flowers in her hair. Hello? Here. Aho. Till the earth. Loosen the soil, plant the seeds, and let them grow. Plow with focus. The youth takes the hoe. The old farmer turns around and bends down to work the soil again. The hoe is heavy. He raises it up. Then he brings it down onto the earth. Thump. A rice seedling buds from the loosened soil. It grows rapidly and soon flowers begin to bloom from its stalks. The youth feels a strange sense of fatigue. He wipes the sweat from his forehead and raises the hoe again. Thump. In the blink of an eye, the blooming flowers fall, and grains start to fill the stalks. The rice has borne grain. It should be ready for harvest soon. The hoe seems to be getting heavier and heavier. He looks at his hand. Thick calluses have formed, and his arms and shoulders have grown creased and wrinkled. The old farmer says nothing and continues to work the soil. A seedling emerges from the earth, in the shadow of a patch of rice. Thump. Life, then death. Golden rice grains fall from the stalks. Then fields after fields of crops fall lifeless onto the earth. The youth freezes just before he brings the hoe down, staring at the scene before him in shock. Old-timer, what happened to the rice? Spring to autumn, one harvest to the next. What is a season to you, young man? Reaping the fruit, filling your belly, planting the next batch of seeds? The youth lifts the hoe and brings down on the earth again and again. The rice seeds take root, sprout underneath his feet, blossoming and bearing grain before wilting and returning to dust. He never gets the chance to hold the seeds in his hand. He feels his strength fade, his hair grows rampant from black and strong to soft and fragile, and his clothes rip and tatter, hanging on the back that he could no longer keep straight. He brings the hoe down one last time, not having the strength to do it again. A knot of white hair drops down by his face. I spent all my life farming here, but life is too short. Hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, numbers that are too big for me. I'm old. He is standing on shambles. I will never see them grow up. I don't have the time to wait for them to bear fruit. It is beyond my lifespan. The old farmer plants a tree on the levee and caresses the tree trunk before disappearing into thin air. Tree after tree appears on the levee. There are strands of red silk tied to them, wooded placards hanging off the silk. The writing on the placards are too blurry for He Sheng to read. Wind causes the forest to rustle. What are those placards? Why can't we keep the crops we grow from the earth? Broken rice grains lie on the ground. What did you see, young man? Why don't I see the fruit? He lifts the hoe again, bringing it down, wilting and growing old with each swing. He pours his life into the earth so that it may nourish the crops, but the crops do not respond. They grow and wilt without leaving seed. His long white hair covers them like dried grass. Does any of this really mean anything? His back is hunched. The pain of age spreads across his back. Weakness has robbed him of the strength to speak. He can only mumble meaningless sounds. He casts his cloudy eyes to the ground where patches of rice seedlings lie. Who will see the day? He Sheng turns around. I was gonna say, is that supposed to be, Shenong? It just gives me that vibe. A white figure stands behind him, her long hair like an ancient old tree, blue as the river. The figure waves her sleeves and the rice starts to grow rapidly. Before long, all He Sheng can see is growing rice. The figure begins to stride and everything is silent. Hey, Pookie, I see you peeking over my shoulder. Anyways. He Sheng! Ah, that was cool how it blurred, like going into focus. He Sheng, wake up! It's interesting. HS-4, Dialogue of Silk and Linen.
Remember, our purpose is not violence itself, but rather the victory it brings.
Follow me!
Alright, so we're gonna put her there.
Draw swords.
It's safe here!
Shut up. Target marked.
Alright, so we're gonna keep them going. Now I need... can she... Nope, she can't go there.
Make this harder than it needs to be.
Alright, so we're gonna put him there. Not that it's gonna matter much.
Of that.
But...
Doctor, I can heal that wound in no time.
War. A word I've not heard in a long, long time.
Got it. Cut them to pieces.
Program initialized. If you're really incapable, sow the mountains when summer leaves a white dew.
Oh, she can't go there.
Seed the plains.
I will put
when
Ifiola
equinox
here.
paints russet hue.
He'll start moving soon, and that's when we need to be able to... There we go.
Please give your orders.
Okay, we won't need that yet. We can hold on to her skill. There we go. We got it.
Awaiting orders.
Program initializing.
Doctor, you heal that wound in no time.
Healing mode enabled.
Temperature stable.
Come on, move closer. Aw, what a jerk. He comes that close. Texas is really bad shape because of this. Oh, so we kind of wasted that.
I wasn't supposed to act, but sow the mountains when summer leaves the
It's all
white
right.
dew.
Keep that going. Now we're maxed out there. Was it? Boom. That one was easy too. Okay. All right. Rice paddies as far as the eye can see, all ethereal. Heaven and earth are expansive, but all is silent. Whiff of liquor, and the dancing clouds flow into a goblet. Down the goblet, and all is clear and bright. What a dream. How did you find the time to come? Aren't things pretty exciting over here? I wanted to see whether the Dahuang liquor you promised me was ready. How do I give it to you in a dream? What year's vintage are you talking about? Which dream of yours is this? At least let me sniff a whiff, if I don't get to taste it in a dream. Or see if my hardest working sister got a little thinner. This is what Neon has made. The poet waves her sleeves, and a pot of wine and 2 goblets appear out of thin air. She cracks the mud seal on the pot, and the rich scent of liquor fills the air. The poet turns around and peers out at the rice fields that stretch for tens of thousands of li and beyond. The seasons circle overhead, winter giving way to summer, spring giving way to autumn. Is this what you see in this heart? Rice fields as far as the eye can see, the seasons rotating. You farm here day after day. Is it really possible to build what you talk about here? Do you need a hand? I just don't want you to turn this whole vessel into a huge pot of wine, or suddenly get all philosophical and think you would rather dream forever than to wake up in a world without freedom. You sure you don't need my help? I've almost forgotten how many years you spent here. You're gonna become my aged liquor if you don't get out and get some fresh air. For our other brothers and sisters, I worry that they don't see things clear enough. For you, I worry that you see too clearly. See too clearly, such that you fail to see yourself. I'm just farming here. Everything has a heart, from the mountains to the rivers, to the trees and to the grass. To you, the trees and grass may not be any different from our own lives. What is it that you still can't put down? What keeps your mind occupied? Jie left behind so many scrolls and books. She wanted to teach everyone to read and write, but all those scrolls and books disappeared with her. No one remembers her, other than us. But I've visited schools and the Tianxi bureaus. I have seen handwriting that looked exactly like hers in their books. All of her things are no more, even if I didn't manage to keep a single one. But the words she has said are now being said by students, and the words that she wrote are now being written by the pens of students. She once told me, it's the things I leave behind that count. I just want to see what I can leave behind on the far end of all these rice fields of rice. What I can leave behind if the day comes that I am no more. Has the end that you have been staring at for so long changed at all? Never. Nothing but snow as far as the eye could see. The spring harvest, the autumn harvest, all buried in snow. I see. Do you feel disappointment at the result? Regret? Is life itself not a result? Do the countless mortals of the world give up living just because they realize it will eventually come to an end? Not all our siblings think that way. Has our little brother come back? Yes. Where's the timid and docile G we knew and loved gone? Little brothers and sisters are always cuter when they stay little. I'll go to him. So he's little brother. Ling almost talks like she's older than Shu, though. I wonder. 1, 2, 3. What species is this megaphone? I've never seen it. It looks nice. I don't understand if I explained. Just shut up and keep looking. That's not the right attitude when you're asking for help. Say, megaphone, I wanted to ask you something. You're a student at the Tianxi bureaus, right? Out of all my friends, you know more than anyone else except for Shu and Xiaohe. Well, what is it? Spit it out. Have you ever seen my parents? How many people do you think there are in the Tianxi bureaus? You think I remember everyone who passes through the doors like security guards? Did the mudball give you a concussion or something? You could have just said you don't know them. No need to be rude. Why are you asking? I saw a strange merchant today. He said he came from outside Dahuang, from very far away. Oh. Shu said my parents went to become Tianxis in a faraway place, but I never knew what they did or why they never came back after all these years. No one ever talked about it. Is there a chance you could ask for me, Megaphone? I'm not asking them to come back. I just want to write to them and tell them that Dahuang is about to get moved onto mobile plates, so they won't lose their way when they come home. Don't you worry. The Tianxi bureaus aren't stupid. Someone will bring them home when it's time for them to come home. Is this all the flood-affected plates? I think so. Why? Does the rice you're looking for have something to do with the flood? Don't ask questions that don't concern you. You wouldn't understand the work of the Tianxi bureaus, even if I explained it. You just wait and see. Xiaohei said that with my talent for arts, all I need to do is read a few more books and I'll get into the Tianxi bureaus for sure. Then I'll wipe that cocky look off your face. Sure. If and when you do. And then don't tell anyone that I asked you to look for the rice stalks. Why? Forget it, you'll never say. Hey, what have you been doing? Anyone bullying you? Me? I'm pretty happy. Shu and Xiaohei take care of me, and all the farmers here are really nice. I also made 2 new friends, Candlestick and Inkbrush. Why do you ask? Are you worried about me? Worried about you? Of course not. Nope. Well, thanks for the help anyway. Take care of yourself. If anyone bullies you, you smack them on the head with your flute like I taught you. Interesting. I get the feeling Shu said what she said when Grainbuds was really young or whatever, but kind of obvious what that means. Unfortunately, they went to a faraway place. They haven't come back. Nobody writes her, nobody talks to her. I think you can put 2 and 2 together. And it's sad. It's a shame, but... Grow, flax, mulberry, and fields, grow as the sun rises. Drive away all evil, and bring new light to heaven and earth. La la la, la la la. I never liked this statue. Decided that Shenong should be shabby and weathered. She liked to look pretty. She always had flowers in her hair. She liked the clothes I made. And I remember how much her eyes looked like yours. Only Dusk had a portrait of her. That was before she started to paint. I didn't think you would ever come back. Come now. I'm already past the age for running away from home. When did I ever say I wouldn't come back? Prodigal son starts to miss home when he's far away for long enough. And this is the one place that I felt like I could call home. Now though, at a time like this? If only I came back 2 days earlier. I would have made it in time for this year's festival opera, and tasted your handmade dumplings. Sure, dumplings for the road, noodles for home. Whatever you want to eat, we've got it at home. Then it's time for you to go. I've hardly been back for 2 days, and you're already kicking me out. You could stay for as long as you want. If you were only here to take a rest. Are you only here to take a rest, though? It's what I want to ask. Dahuang looks different every time I come back. Who would have thought that it was just a land of frozen soil 1,000 years ago? The people claim this earth from a land of evil. Back then, the mountains and rivers were chaos, and the heavens knew no seasons, but hearts were brave and bright. There were no differences in upbringing or nationality. Everyone looked out for one another. The only enemy was the barren soil before them, and the demonic threat that always loomed over their heads. I dreamt of her a few days ago, and I dreamt of that old gentleman too. I thought maybe it was time I came home. Fortunately, the way home was the same. Unfortunately, the same could not be said of the people's hearts. When was the last time you had a good look at the people here? All under heaven live for profit and die for profit. Where profit goes, so do the people. It's the same everywhere. What do you think the Imperial Court spend its time discussing? Whoa, wait a second. That was the quote that was in the trailer that introduced the operators. That's... okay, that's cool. How to protect our lives, or how to achieve an outcome that they believe to be the safest. You really think that Neon's toy can keep everyone safe? It's the only way to save everyone's lives. You're handing your life over to someone else. It's not a fair partnership if one side shoulders all the risk. Both sides must bear the same risk in order for the partnership to last. Have you been away for so long that all you care about is profit and loss? I care about you, my sister. You're tired. Helping out with Neon's project is incredibly taxing, as if you don't have enough on your plate already in the fields and forests. Otherwise, you would have noticed earlier. How many catastrophes have struck this land in the last 1,000 years? You knew when and where each and every one would strike beforehand. You feel everything that happens to this land, as though it was happening to you. What are you holding on to? Who's the one working against the laws of nature? Wait a second. He says that to her, but it's playing out like he's causing the problems. But if it's not him, then who? Wake up! What did you see? What did I see? I saw... Wait, how did you know? Suola is holding a thread in his hand. It soon vanishes into thin air. Maybe a practical joke, probably Originium arts. What you saw was an illusion, but it was something that he wanted you to see. Some kind of psychological suggestion. What did you see? I saw an old farmer. She made me work the fields. I couldn't get any crops to grow. I grew old and I couldn't lift the hoe anymore. There were many placards on the trees across the river. No one ever went there, but there seemed to be names written on them. The old farmer disappeared. Across the river. He showed you the other side of the river. Heisheng sighs and looks along the river into the distance. The trees are green on the other side of the river. A gust of wind seems to rustle the leaves. Shohei, Candlestick! Here you are. Grain buds, where are you? I was looking for rice stalks. Rice? I thought you went looking for the stock beasts. What kind of rice was it that you had to look for? And don't tell anyone that I asked you to look for the rice stalks. I promised I wouldn't tell anyone. It's all so weird. I can't make heads or tails of it. Switched my voices up on accident there. Who asked you to look for rice? What did it look like? Where did you find it? Candlestick, what's the matter? You're starting to scare me. Grain buds. All right. It was a short girl, a student at the Tianchi bureaus, who said she was looking for a special kind of rice to submit for homework. I didn't know what species it was. It was red. Really red. There were some at the dam and in the paddies not far from here. Okay, it's blighted. Okay. That's why it's red. It makes sense. Hey Sheng, where do they store the recently harvested grain? The centralized granaries in the core city. I need you to check on the granaries right now. No delay. Report anything unusual to the Xiangzheng immediately. Wait, what's going on? We might be too late already. Hopefully not. Today, Celebration's opera comes in 3 acts. The Great Hunt, Signs of Heaven, and Flourishing Life. But there used to be another act between the first and second. Pacifying the North. It hasn't been sung for a long, long time. Do you remember, Shu? Can you sing another verse? I still remember the tune, but not the words. All old stories, hardly worth a song. Yes, hard to get in the mood when there's no audience, and hard for the audience to get into a forgettable opera. But I remember. I remember this demonic fragment to the north is the result of the people at the time resorting to any means necessary to resist it. Now its incarnation is helping the people fend off demonic calamity. Fate works in mysterious ways, doesn't it? You should not be conflated with it. You're right, we shouldn't. People must never learn of the demonic presence. But how do you resist the lure of this one precious piece of unpolluted soil? For 1,000 years, the people here have lived across the river from that blight. Here, people have sowed for 1,000 years in blissful seclusion. The time has come to reap what was sowed 1,000 years ago, and it must be reaped by the right person. Tell me, you didn't have anything to do with that disaster, did you? I've never lied to you. True, you just chose not to tell the truth from time to time. Why have you come back? Like I said, I just felt like dropping by. Just like old times, I want to ask. Will you come with me, sister? My answer is the same. I will not leave. I can't leave.
Your face just now, it seems the expression folds of a feather flock together is indeed
true. Love that line. Oh, right. We'll do this tutorial real quick here, and then we'll finish off. Okay. This one's for placing the water thingies. Panic. Try using this pumping station those nerds made, just like this. Place them right in front of a body of water, and you'll be able to purge the pollution. It takes a while, but... What is over there? Oh, I know, we need more pumping stations. Easy now, just watch me. Deploy an operator behind a pumping station and fiddle with it a little like I am right now. And you can double the water output. Understood.
Oh.
I'm curious.
You want me to handle this personally?
Okay, so she's a defender too. So her and Shu are defenders. Ling is a supporter. Wonder what everybody else is.
Not one step backward.
Ooh. Spewing polluted water now. Is it over for us? This toy those geeks made can only pump water, not clean it. So if your water source is polluted, it'll spread the pollution. Though it can't pollute the target water any further than the source water's current pollution level, of course. Keep this in mind too. Only clean water can reduce pollution and wash away blight. Man, the Jianshees have sent us a new pumping station. They sure move fast. Well then, listen up. Place the new pumping station here. Facing downwards. Okay. This way, you won't have to worry about this patch as long as I'm here. Now, let's wipe out the enemy.
A knife? Even a virtuous king must from time to time look to the sword.
Wait,
Come on.
okay.
There
Like
we go.
There we go.
Not one step backward.
Hurry up. Even the dead can't save you.
The weird thing is we
I'll show
don't
them what
get
they
to
do.
deal with these too much. It's like we see this mechanic now and we get it, but
Looking after everyone's
through the
health
rest of the
is my
stages, we
greatest
actually don't
motivation.
use that a lot. It's kind of strange, but is what it is. All right, we're gonna wrap that there for now. Let's collect our things here. All right, guys, so that is it for this episode. So we finished 2 more stages and a tutorial. So we got 3 stages in total done with this one. Now that puts us up to HS-5, which is next. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There's 5 more to go, and then we'll be done with the event. Now the story is obviously getting to a much more exciting point. We're dealing with a lot of new stuff here, new developments between G showing up, and now we're starting to see the signs of the blight and things like that. These hallucinations and things the characters are dealing with, more talk about across the river, and just various different things are really starting to take root here. And it's kind of getting darker. I'm anxious to see how much further this story is going to go and where exactly it's going. But all in due time. We're only 4 parts in. Like I said, we're about to cross the halfway point. But there is a lot to take in and a lot to absorb so far. is what it is. I'm very, very excited to continue, and we will do that in the next episode. But for now, I got to take a break. I got to wrap it up. So, that being said, guys, as always, I appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time to hang out and watch my videos here. And it's always appreciated when you guys support the channel. So there's a couple different ways that you can do that. As always, you can like the video, which is free for you, helps me to get that exposure, puts me out there into the algorithm and all that, so that other people get to see me just like you did. You can subscribe to the channel, which is also going to help me grow. It's also free for you to do. Definitely continues to help me. Or the third option down in the description below is my donation link. You guys can use that. Go there, buy me an operator. Basically, whatever you feel like donating, if you're generous, if you're feeling generous or you want to do that, you can go into that link, leave me a little note, tell me what episode you saw this on, and what I'll do is I will take that money, I will shout you guys out in a future episode, take that money, we will put it towards either some sort of a headhunting related pack or Originite Prime in the item shop so that we can use that in the headhunting and try to get more operators. With that being said, guys, that's it for this one, and I will see you next time.